Hey guys, welcome back to Million Beautiful Views, and today I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows. I just want to clean them up. I'm not necessarily trying to do an arch, but I just want them to be nice and clean, so when I do a makeup look or I'm just going out, I don't have like all those random hairs. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So the way that I do it is very simple and easy. I'm going to break it down step by step on how I do it, and I'm going to give you a few options on things that you can use. But this way works best for me, and this is the way that I don't chop up my eyebrows. So I'm using the witch hazel with no alcohol free, and that's going to help you not to burn after you clean up your eyebrows. So if you're really worried about the stinging, I wouldn't go for alcohol. This is grapeseed oil. This is going to help kind of replenish your skin afterwards, because after you get done, it's going to be a little irritated. I'm using an archer. You can get this from CVS, from Amazon. And I'm going to use tweezers, and this is going to be somewhat of a second step, more easier step to help you out. I like to use the one with the angle. That's the one that I prefer to use, but I also have one where it's just straight ends, and I don't prefer that, but you can use either or, whichever one is going to work best for you. The reason why I don't like using those is because they're a little straight, so when you go in to pluck, you can like pull your skin. So to get started, I'm going to just go right where those hairs are, those random hairs. In the beginning of this, we're not going to be too worried about trying to create an arch or anything. We just want to clean up right now, and then we'll go into the arching part. So I like to just go right underneath where I see the little random hairs are. I like to use a magnifying glass. This helps you, to me, I feel like it helps you better to have a magnifying glass so you can really see what hairs you're picking up. Because if you're using a mirror that's a little further away, sometimes you may not see exactly what you're pulling. So I would prefer for you to use a magnifying on a mirror, and then that way you can get exactly the right hairs and you don't go into your eyebrow. You're just going where the random hairs are that grows underneath. So we're just going to go right under there, pull them out slowly. I would say that what works for me is pulling the hairs and pulling down instead of pulling back. That just makes my skin feel a little bit better than pulling back, because pulling back just kind of irritates it more to me. So pulling it down, I can get a grip and it pulls out easily. So as you can see, I'm not getting close to my eyebrow. I'm just getting those hairs. If you feel like you ever getting too close, just start on another piece of hair. Don't overdo it at this point. Like I said, you're not trying to overarch. You're just trying to clean up. I feel like at this point, when you're doing the pulling, sometimes we can go a little crazy with the tweezing, and we can almost go too far, and then we end up not having any. So with doing this type of way of just pulling those hairs just to clean them up, will kind of give you a chance to go in an arch, and you will have an opportunity to not overdo it. So you're going just in step by step instead of just going in all at once. So now we're going to start on the top part of your eyebrow. Now, a lot of people have their hairline connects to the eyebrow. Mine does too, but it's very, very fine. But I can see them with the magnifying glass. So I like to go in a little bit at a time and just do like sweeper motions with the tweezers just to pull out those finer hairs. I'm not going into my hairline, and I'm not going into my eyebrow. I'm going in the in-between sections just to pull out those hairs that you can really visibly see, but it really does make a difference to go over those sections at the top of your eyebrow, the section in between your eyebrow and your hairline. That will just kind of like clean it up, and you won't, when you do your foundation, you won't see like that hair that can be underneath. So I just like to do that. That's not necessarily something you have to do, but it's optional. So now I'm just going back in. If I see a few more hairs, I'll get a little bit closer and get those random hairs. I'm not really, like I said, arching at this point. I'm just trying to get those hairs that have grown back in. The last time that I did my eyebrows, I had completely went in and arched them exactly how I wanted them. So this time I'm just really worried about cleaning up, and I'm not trying to disturb that like look that I've already started. So to help you out, you should get this brush, and this is like I wouldn't necessarily say it's a spoolie, but it's an eyebrow brush. It has bristles on one side and a comb on the other side. So if your eyebrows are thicker, that's perfect. So now we can go in with the archer, and with the archer, you're gonna go really slow and really gentle with a light hand, and you're just going to stop where your eyebrow hits at. You're not going to go into your eyebrow. You're going to go right where it stops at, right there. You don't want to go any further than that, and I'm going to tell you why a little bit later. So as you can see, I'm using my fingers and I'm pulling my skin upward as I'm going in with the archer. You're just really trying to clean it up and not necessarily doing an arch. You just want to take your time and clean up first. And going downward like this, you're able to get maybe some hairs that you didn't pull out. And it will just clean up a little bit better than, tweezers. Tweezers only go in so much, whereas the razor, it goes in quite a bit. So you want to be super gentle. So on the side, when I'm going in underneath, I'm still pulling my skin. Giving your skin a slight tug will just help kind of restrict your skin from moving and shifting, because the skin around the eyebrows are pretty loose. So you just want to keep them tight and flat as much as possible when using a razor. So my eyebrows grow in a little bit underneath. So I like to go in just a tad bit right there. Everyone's eyebrows is differently. If you don't grow hair in those areas and it doesn't really affect the way that your eyebrows look, I wouldn't necessarily do it. You can kind of customize it to the way your eyebrows are. Mine are a little bit thinner. I've over plucked for years. So at this point, my eyebrows are thinner. So I just try to be as gentle and delicate with my eyebrows, because at this point, I just want them more or less full than just a extreme arch at this point. I just want to keep what I have. So going through with this brush, it's just going to help kind of take away some of them hairs. They'll still stay after you pluck and after you arch. And you just want to do that so you don't mistaken one of those hairs as a hair that is in there and it's not. That'll be unnecessary plucking, and you can possibly pull your skin while you're going back in. So kind of getting off those hairs is just very, very helpful. So I grow hairs in between. I'm not crazy about that. Some people don't mind it, but I like to kind of clean that area up. I don't go into crazy in that area. I just kind of sweep it over right where I see my hairs that I want to keep it at. And you can always measure it with a pencil and put it on the long side of your nose and up to your eyebrow, and that can kind of give you an idea of where to stop at. But at this point, I know how much I like to take off in the inside of my eyebrow, so I don't measure anymore. So now I'm going back in with the witch hazel, and I like to clean up before I do my eyebrows. I did mention that, and I like to clean up after with the witch hazel. So that just kind of helps clean up all those random hairs, because as you're plucking, like I said, random hairs will just fall all over your face and still on your eyebrows. So to clean that up, you can kind of see where or what else you need to do. So this is my before eyebrow, and that's the after. I like to go in with grapeseed oil. You can use any oil that you have. I will probably use one that works best for your skin. I have pretty normal skin. I don't break out like extremely bad, so I can use pretty much any kind. But I like to put the oil on my fingers and just massage that area and just like work the oil in there. You want to feel like it's dry, because normally after we don't clean our eyebrows up often, dry skin will build up. So just having an opportunity to get that oil in there and get some of that dryness. So this eyebrow on the other side, I'm going to be doing at a later time, but this is how I like to clean them up. And this is so perfect for anybody that just needs a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance on how to just clean them up until you can get to maybe the place that you go to that does your eyebrows, or you just not feeling too comfortable with it. This is like such a easy method to go in tweezing first and then arch after. If this happens to work best for you, let me know in the comments. And here's how my eyebrows look after I fill them in and clean them up with concealer.